Hello and welcome to Issues with Issues. This is my pull list for the week of April 29th, 2026. Very short, little uh, week this week. A very magical week. We're gonna start off with Swamp Thing. This is a, I guess you could call it continuation or a redo of the end of the it was 84 Swamp Thing series. Um, Basically, just when they were doing this series originally, they had an ending planned that was maybe a bit against cultural norms at the time. A lot of like time travel and messing with um, like Jesus era stuff, and for one reason or another, DC decided that that's not something they wanted to do at the time, and that ending got scrapped. And they are now republishing. I guess they're publishing that original ending. It's for if you like Swamp Thing. If you like the old Swamp Thing series, you'll really like this. It's kind of abstract and not like super abstract, but like no, it's hard to explain. Where it's a little bit nebulous and kind of uses its medium very well. Um, so definitely, if you're a Swamp Thing fan, especially if you've read that original series, this is something to pick up. Just gives you more of that, and I'm really happy to see where this goes. Um, I have not read any leaks or anything of the intended ending. I've just kind of heard through the grapevine of when people talk about it not happening. Um, and I can't imagine this is just going to be one issue because it really didn't seem like it ended. And I can't imagine we're going to do the original ending and then it ends like this. That's a very good uh, thing that's happening. I really do like revisiting stuff in comics. I think it's very fun and something we should be doing more, kind of going back and even doing entirely separate stories in these different eras. Could be very fun and a very interesting way to fill out um, like a lineup, especially with characters who maybe aren't as popular nowadays, or maybe like they're dead in canon. You can go back and get like like a 60s style Batman. Not like Batman needs more books, but you like a 60s style Batman, and maybe it's focused on Robin, you know? Like it's a 60s style Robin book or Batman and Robin book. And Batman's kind of an ancillary character. That could be very interesting, but let's move on to something that's a little bit more modern. This week was issue 1 of the new Zatanna story, or new book. Excuse me. This is a great first issue. It introduces the kind of crux of this series going forward. Basically, the realm of magic and stuff is changing, and uh, Zatanna is trying to kind of get ahead of that. And there isn't kind of like a keeper of magic right now. You call it like the Grand Magus or Magus in the book. And so she steps up to that role. Um, we kind of get her deciding this through a fight with a plague spirit that seems she's going to keep and might be a recurring character, or it possessed somebody, but it didn't really seem like it knew what it was doing. It was kind of acting weird, not like a normal plague spirit. However, they act normally, and so she captures it and has a little bit of a conversation with a new, seems to be kind of half antagonist. It's probably going to be one of those things where they're mostly an antagonist, but there's probably going to be a moment where they're kind of forced to work together, or maybe it's going to be kind of mostly on the good side, but then they betray Zatanna at some point. It's like a new, like basically magical representative, magical operative for the U.S. government, and and she meets them and they have a little bit of a talk, and she steps into the big boots as Grand Magus, and we'll see where that goes. I'm really interested. I love magic, and especially like this like abstract magic. I kind of hate magic the more rules it has. And Zatanna's always been a character I've really liked because her magic can be sort of anything with like the backwards speaking. I think it's also a very good um like it's a gimmick, but like it's like her thing. It's unique and it's hers. And if you know Zatanna, you know that she does magic through speaking backwards. And so I'm always happy to support a book like this. Um, Art's great. Definitely a pickup if you're into magic or even Zatanna specifically. But that was this week. It was quicker than most. It's literally just two, but they're two very good books. Two very different books. And both are a recommended pickup if you are interested in these characters or kind of the realms they live in. If you haven't read the original Swamp Thing, I do recommend doing that before you read this, or at least like catching up on a synopsis or something. That's it'll make a lot more sense. I doubt many people who jump into this without reading or understanding where it comes from are gonna have a great time with it. But that was this week. If you have anything to say about these books, focus. There you go. Not great, but we're at the end here. It doesn't matter all that much. I just don't want it to be completely blurry. Oh yeah, if you want to talk about these books, maybe books I should have been picking up, put it down in the comments. I'll be happy to talk with you. Other than that, do all the normal YouTube stuff. Liking, subscribing does really help a small channel like this. And I want to keep making comic book stuff and talking about comic books. And I think I might make a video on the situation of this ending Swamp Thing to kind of maybe post it next week. We'll see what if I'm able to get it all done. Um, I think that'd be a good video to coincide with the release of this. But other than that, uh, keep reading comics, and I will see you next week.